Number 15, determine whether this series, the sum of n from 1 to infinity, 5 to the n minus 2 to the n, divided by 7 to the n plus 3 to the n, determine whether this converges or diverges. So I see pluses and minuses in the numerator and denominator, and so these terms are kind of irrelevant, superfluous. They are less important than the other terms here as n gets really big. Now, as n goes off to infinity, 2 to the n is going to get quite large. It's going off to infinity too, but it's just going to be completely overwhelmed by 5 to the n. The 2 to the n term is a lot less important than the 5 to the n term. Ditto for 7 to the n overwhelms 3 to the n. And so this tells me I'm going to use a comparison test. So I'm going to compare the series whose terms are 5 to the n minus 2 to the n divided by 7 to the n plus 3 to the n with, let's drop off these terms. And so we have here 5 to the n divided by 7 to the n, which is 5/7 to the n. Okay, so we know we need to think about this series, the sum of n from 1 to infinity of 5/7 to the n. And this is a geometric series where the ratio 5/7 is less than 1 absolute value. So this is going to converge. It's a geometric series. So that tells me that this series is going to converge. I just have to prove that. I have to pick the appropriate comparison test. We should try direct comparison test first to see if that works. If it doesn't work, so we'll go to the limit comparison test. Okay, which of these fractions is bigger? Well, this one on the left has a smaller numerator and a larger denominator. Both of those make it smaller than this fraction here. Okay, so this is the direction of our inequality. Now, is this useful for the direct comparison test or not? And it turns out this is the correct direction. This series is smaller than a convergent series, so by the direct comparison test, this converges by the direct comparison test. And you're comparing with this series down here. Okay, so that was a short and sweet problem here. Direct comparison test. You should try that before you try limit comparison test. Limit comparison test actually would give you the same conclusion as well, but this way is simpler.